Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
They had a meeting. And said that when they come in the door,
what should we do when they come in the door? I say we help them.
These other businesses you go in, these big box stores, you can't find anybody to help you. You're like, well, somebody show me where something is.
Yeah.
Not at Tom Street Place. They help you. All right. Out of the patio, here's another place they'll help you. You walk in this door, you'll be greeted with a smile. I will tell you that.
Yeah. And a great store full of
my
wonderful merchandise.
Amazing.
Let me tell you what, if you don't have a nice patio, you should. It's your own darn fault.
We'll get some of this furniture. It'll make it nice. Even if you just got a little one, you can get a chair out there and they're going to go, this is great.
You can't get those Thetford and Ashby chairs because they're big. You got a little patio, you better get the littler chairs.
Yeah. All right, that's at 123rd and Slide Road is where you'll find Katrina and that wonderful store, 123rd and Slide Road. And join them on Facebook. She says to check them out on Facebook because there may be some deals there for you.
All right. Let me read this before we have Larry on, or Coach Hayes. You know, coaches like that, Coach Magel, you don't want to call him Bobby.
I know it. But, I kind of feel...
Larry, you almost feel comfortable calling him Larry.
I don't know what it is about Coach Magel, but I kind of feel comfortable calling him Bobby, and it's weird.
Oh, boy, I don't.
Well, I know you don't. You play for him.
I had to deal with him the other day, and I went and got a haircut before I went and picked him up.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to have Larry on right now, but real quickly, the family request that we mention this, that there's a celebration party following the service at 1500 Broadway, which is the old Wells Fargo building. It's McDougal or something.
Yeah,
McDougal building.
McDougal's got their name on it.
Yeah, and the party will start around 3:30, and that's for all those who love Tracy. You're invited. So, we'll mention that again later on in the show. But anyway, Coach Hayes, Laro, Sugarbush, are you there?
I'm 20 years older than you guys, and I call Coach Magel.
I know it. I know it. I don't know what it is about it. It's just weird. But I call him Coach Magel.
My mind.
I call him Coach Magel, and I call Coach Mahaka.
I call him Injun Joe.
Yeah, I see. That's totally disrespectful.
No, I don't call him Injun Joe. I think Injun Joe.
It's better than what you call me, Thetford. That stupid name.
Yeah, I know it.
Doesn't sound good.
I know it. Well,
hey, real quickly, do you remember where you got the name Sugarbush?
Yeah, Bob served.
There you go. Liberal, Kansas. Yep. We can probably come up with.
Well, I will tell you that Gary is probably the only one that still calls you that, and he calls you that every single time he talks about you.
Yep.
So does Shankle.
Oh, you Shankle and Ashby. That ought to tell you something.
2 peas in a pod there.
Yeah, that's quite a crew.
Well, now you're not 20 years older than us.
No, you're sure not.
What is it, like 17?
Aren't y'all about Tracy's age?
Yeah. I'm 70.
Yeah, I'm younger than Tracy, younger than David and older than Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy was 67.
Yeah,
you're not 87. You're probably what, 77?
I wished.
Hey,
I'm as close to 80 as you can get there without being 80.
Oh, okay.
When's your birthday, Coach?
June 28th.
All right. The countdown is on. The countdown is on to 80.
Yeah.
Well, you and Coach Myers, and y'all are amazing. I mean, y'all are like, no one would guess how old you are. They wouldn't even come close. You look great. You take care of yourself, and we're proud of you.
You hadn't seen me lately, have you?
Have you deteriorated?
Send us a picture during the break.
Quite a bit.
All right.
Is Nell going to stay with you?
Well, I don't know. It's been 59 years, and I think she's getting tired of it.
Yeah.
Is your dog still on the weed?
Yeah,
Dodger?
Gus has been off. Dodger never did get
on it. Dodger didn't do weed?
No, Gus did twice, but he's done it.
He's in rehab.
Things are better.
Y'all put him in a rehab facility?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. We're going to talk to you today about Tracy Wallace. Was he anywhere near as good as he's told us that he was?
He played basketball for you at LCC. It was LCC then.
Yeah, I recruited him out of right out of Denver, up here where I am now at Cherry Creek High School. I think. I got to understand it's close to 50 years ago, but you wouldn't have liked playing against him, Thetford, because
he played defense.
Yeah, he could play. He could shut you down, and he's so quick. He should have played baseball because he had that good first step, and he could steal a lot of bases.
Well, he said you always tried to talk him into fast pitch softball.
Yeah, because he had all the tools. He just was misguided and thought he wanted to play basketball the rest of his life. And now, do you guys remember the fact that he coached for a while?
Yeah, out at Spade or something like that.
Yeah, or Cotton Center or something. Do you know that, Thetford?
Yeah, I knew he was at Spade.
Okay.
I thought he was at Spade.
I was surprised anybody knew that because he did that for a while, and he was really serious about being a basketball coach. And he worked at it and the whole thing, and then somewhere along the line he decided he'd rather make money than coach basketball.
At Spade.
He gave up. Well, I think it's Cotton Center, too.
Well, they could have been. They're all the same.
I know he's the bus driver, too.
Well,
at Spade.
I was that everywhere, too. You were, too.
Yeah, I was.
Ashby.
Yeah.
At Tech.
No, we didn't have a bus.
You had
we
a
had
van.
vans.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford buses.
Which is worse, the drive.
Which is worse. That's exactly right.
He was he was a pretty good player, though. He was really a pretty good player.
Well, he's a great athlete. He could run. That's the thing. Just really good athlete, and if you told him try to keep somebody from scoring, he took it serious. And
I know two or three of those guys.
You'd hate to play against him because you'd think, "Oh, I'm gonna go over there." Well, when you start, he's already there.
Yeah, I've seen two or three of those guys in my life that I hate them to this day because you couldn't get away from them.
You could do what Reeves would do.
I know
Reeves would just get the ball and
knock them down. But Tracy was that kind. But he played. Miles Waters was on that team. Who else was some of the other guys on that team with him?
Well, see, that's where you're gonna get me. I don't.
Miles Waters was on that team.
But I don't know. Well, remember Miles, of course. Remember them all, but I couldn't tell you which team they're on.
But Ganaway was older. Ganaway's my age, so he was.
No, they would have crossed paths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ganaway didn't like practice against him because he never got to shoot. And, that's all Ganaway was good at was shooting.
He could block out. He's the greatest blockout guy I've ever known in my life.
Like a fire hydrant.
I know it.
I'd say sort of wide body. Wasn't
You
he?
couldn't get around him. But Tracy, I was just wondering, those guys that played on those teams, you develop a special bond, and that was back during the airplane hangar days, and it's a little different out there now. It really
wasn't anything really good other than the people you're around.
That's right.
And had a bad coach.
Bad coaching, bad facility.
Yeah, and it was a tough deal, and those guys, they got to be good friends. They got out there and went through, and they'd get after you. We wasn't overly talented, but boy, we got after people.
I will say this about where y'all worked out: that never was an airplane hangar put to more use than that airplane hangar.
That was amazing. All that was in there.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
The track.
Well, you know what? You know where that came from, don't you?
The bowling alley.
Like Roswell.
Came from Los Alamos.
Oh, that's
close. I'm gonna give myself a B.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd have said that's where the atomic bomb part was assembled, you'd be right on.
Is that where they assembled it in that building?
Yeah. And,
how'd they get that building over here?
I'm good at misinformation, but the part I'm sure of is Coach Rhodes took 17 students with him, and they took that thing down. And I'm sure you saw writing on, on all the different joints and things like that. They lettered everything, and the government hired it down. And of course, they hired a company to put it up. And that the foreman on that day, he said, "I can't believe that bunch of kids did that. Where all we had to do was just look, the numbers would match.
Oh, that's
put 'em
fascinating.
I didn't know that. How come I didn't know that?
together. Well, you better check it
You're
out.
acting like that's the only thing you don't know. My God,
No.
there's something I don't know.
I mean, I spent a lot of time in that building.
Yeah.
We played out there all the time on the weekends, and we started going up there at 7 a.m, and we couldn't see the light switch. You know, it was over there in that little room across the, on the west side, and we'd have to stumble over there to try to get to the light switch.
Well, see, I was athletic director part of that time, and I couldn't stand you kids coming in there, and because all y'all did mess things up. You know who the worst one out of all of you kids over the years was? Duncan.
Todd Duncan.
I bet that's
would go
right.
in there, and he would hide. We'd turn the lights out, and we'd leave, and then somebody'd call and say, "Coach, y'all left the lights on." I go down there, and there's Duncan in there by himself shooting.
And that's a great story too.
Yep.
And now he's the head basketball coach at LCU.
Yeah, and he's got a decent facility. That's what makes me mad.
Yeah, he got a really
Good
decent.
place.
You're gonna really be mad when you see the Tech baseball facility.
Yeah, that's right.
You're gonna really be mad.
I'm kidding on that. No, I'm gonna be excited.
You're happy for him.
You bet.
Well, yeah. Get us up where we are at the level. Now we got the ballpark to match us.
Yep, and the facility's got to go with it. Yep, you're exactly right. Well, I just wonder. You think back about Tracy Wallace, and you think about his days at LCC. I guess Copeland was your assistant back then, John Copeland.
Well, I can't tie it together, but Copeland was my first assistant.
Yeah, but you just think of the hours that Tracy Wallace spent in that airplane hangar. The hours and hours and hours growing up out, playing ball out there. And you inspired him to want to be a coach.
Well,
Yeah.
I think he saw how I did and thought, well, anybody can do it.
It cannot be that hard.
Yeah.
The inspiration wore off pretty quick. But
Well, you know where he really helped me as a person? And I can't remember his ball playing, but I remember every time we've added something there at Danlaw Field, or whatever it's called now, and we'd build it. Well, here this guy would come out with his charts and saying, okay, there's a water line here, water line there, and if you go here, you're okay. And they'd go out there, and next thing you think, an oil well was hit or something. You see water spraying up in there and all that. And so dear old Tracy, he would bail me out.
yeah,
We couldn't afford to fix that at that time. And old Tracy, he had one guy that almost lived out there one year while we was trying to bend all those breaks they made. And
yeah.
Tracy really did a lot for Texas Tech baseball.
Yes, he did.
Several years there.
He loved it. He's a great Red Raider. You'd have thought he graduated from Texas Tech. He loves LCU. There's no any question about it, but he loves Texas Tech.
He did, but he was part of the community and served the community and all that. And see, I hadn't seen him since I left. Were y'all still having your lunches and things like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was
We go to those lunches, and he kept talking about going to Houston all the time or somewhere, and it took me a while to realize why he was going because he never talked about it.
No.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to cry on your shoulder.
No. Well,
hey, Larry.
Here's the go ahead.
We figured that he drove or flew to Houston over 100 times.
Goodness.
Fighting
It's
that
unbelievable.
thing.
I mean, it really is.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say he believed in the promises of God is the reason why he handled things the way he did, in my opinion.
Yep.
And that's why he took it in stride. It's what it looked like. And it amazed me how well he handled that.
Oh, it's flipping phenomenal to me.
It really is. Just the fortitude and the attitude that he had.
I always liked Tracy, liked him a lot, but boy, I grew to respect and love him over the last 15 years just watching him, the way he lived his life. So,
Yep.
Well, Coach, when you come to Lubbock, when you come into Lubbock,
As soon as they fire me, I'm out of here.
are you?
well, that'll never happen.
Oh yeah, we'll. You know how it goes, but no, that's supposed to be at a 2-year deal, and it got messed up. We're going into.
He got messed up.
This is your what, 6th year?
Yeah, I can't believe it.
He got messed up. Is that what happened?
Now, you might talk to those dogs before you move back because that stuff's still not legal down here.
Or y'all could get a stash and bring it with you for Gus.
Yeah. If we're smart, we'd lead that Gus up there.
What happened to Gus when
they don't want to allow that.
when he ate some weed? What happened to him? We want some Doritos or something?
No, he got we were out at they had a frisbee course, and people were out there playing frisbees, and they throw things on the ground. And if he sees something on the ground, he's going to eat it. And,
You got the munchies?
His brownies or something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
But it's expensive. That first time we treated it right, and it cost $1,500. They pumped out his stomach, did all that. So I read up on it. Next time it happened, he was in the river just sitting there looking at me. So I pulled him out, carried the little fat sucker home.
where's the van?
And laid him up over in the corner on the floor, and it said, 24 to 48 hours they'll get over it. And sure enough.
Wish you'd have read that before that first one.
Yeah. And so we go along there, and he starts moving around. It's horrible what it did to him.
You need to get that message out there. Don't do it. It messed up Gus big time.
Just say no. Hey, Larry, Tracy thought the world of you.
He did.
He really did, and so proud of the time he got to spend with you. So I want you to know that.
The feeling's mutual. I didn't deserve his loyalty like he was, but I sure loved him.
Well, he's a good man. And next time you're in town, we hope you come join us for lunch again, just like old times.
Well, the last time I did, you made fun of me the whole time, so I'm not.
Well, that's why we want you to come back.
I know. Coach, right. we appreciate you, buddy.
Talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks for remembering, Tracy.
See you later.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, don't forget about Las Brisas. I know you won't. It's got to be the finest restaurant. It is so good out there on 114th Street.
It's as good a steak as you ever put in your mouth.
It's unbelievable how good that restaurant is. Las Brisas out at the Falls. I promise you will love it if you go there. Got several different rooms there. You can have little parties and stuff like that. It's a great place, Las Brisas.
Well, that's where we had Rodney's going away party, was out at Las Brisas, back there in the back. So.
All right, anyway. Andrew Sorrells is
Wait
here.
a minute, before we get to Andrew, I want to do this before I forget. Scott Kelm texted in, and he did send me a deal on Chuck Harrison. Does that name ring a bell? All right. Former Houston Astro. That doesn't ring a bell either, does it?
Astros ring a bell. I know about them.
Or how about Abilene High?
Abilene Eagles. I know all about the Eagles.
Former Abilene High great. All right. Okay. How about this one? Texas Tech University. One of the all-time.
I know about that.
One of the all-time great first basemen at Texas Tech University.
He's the greatest first baseman.
And he played football. He's one of the all-time greatest first basemen in Texas Tech history.
One of them.
He played for Tech in the very first Southwest Conference football game.
Is that right?
He was not only a good baseball player and football, but look at him. He's a big old tough guy.
Let me see him.
Yeah.
Scott Kelm
played in the big leagues for a few years.
Sent me a deal to join Texas high school football, and I joined it.
Yeah.
Because he said to do it. And it's amazing the stats and stuff they send you from. Like the guy that scored the most touchdowns in high school football history is who?
Oh, that's the guy down at no, that was college.
This is high school.
Somebody in. It'd be like a 6A guy. I mean, like not 6A, like a 6-man guy or something.
It's not
a small school.
It's not.
Who is it?
It's Gray.
Jonathan Gray.
Jonathan Gray from Aledo.
Yeah,
and it is by a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of touchdowns.
I saw a lot of those. They were in our district.
Oh wow,
he was really good.
Aledo,
I can't believe he didn't come to Tech.
Yeah.
His dad's a superstar here.
And then he went to UT and didn't even have a great career there.
And his dad wasn't happy about it. Nope. He wanted him to come to Tech. We had James on the show, and he was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, the boy.
What's wrong with him? But he had a great career at Texas.
Okay, I want to do that about Chuck Harrison because a lot of times I'll be driving home and going, crud, I forgot to say that. So I didn't want to interrupt Andrew, but hey, look what I got here.
Oh, look at that.
What do you think about that?
Representing. That wasn't here last time.
Well, you weren't on.
I like it.
Yeah, you were a Tech guy last time. We probably had a
I was.
there.
I was.
There it is. Lubbock Christian University announces Andrew Sorrells as the new athletic director. He's
Yes, sir.
replacing Scott Larson, who's a buddy of mine,
Yeah.
who did games with me, and broadcasting. And he's gone to South Dakota. But I saw him at the Caprock tournament. I go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I think he's back. Yeah.
He's already through at South Dakota?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's back in Lubbock.
Whoa. There's a story there.
He missed the community. He missed Lubbock. He didn't want to leave West Texas. He was there up in the cold, I guess, for a little bit, and now he's back.
It snowed.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, it snows here.
I was asking him what he was doing, and he was like mysterious. I was like, "Were you in South Dakota or not?" And
Yeah.
it was like, "No, I mean, I don't know." It was I didn't know what.
Yeah, he's back. You have to give him a call.
So he's not going to South Dakota.
Well, he did for a little bit. And
Well, like
What
an
does he
hour or
want his
two?
old job back?
I don't know about that. I don't know if he did. Maybe he does.
He messed that on that deal, didn't he? Messed
I don't
that
know.
up. It's a good job you've got. This is This is a really good job to be athletic director at Lubbock Christian.
Yeah, it's a great place. It really is. I mean, it's exciting. I've only been there 1 week. Started on Monday, but getting to lay the land, meeting all the coaches, and it's been a lot of fun. Just getting to know everyone.
How old are you?
27.
27. What took you so long to become an athletic
I don't know.
director?
Yeah, long career. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. It really is.
Starting that young, you could easily be one of those guys that they name buildings after here in 40 years if you stay there. And
Just stay in Lubbock my whole life.
Yeah.
Get
So
some
that's-
buildings. Yeah, that's the goal, right?
That's what your granddaddy wants you to do. Stay right
Probably.
here.
Who knows?
Yeah. You know what?
I don't know what he wants me to do.
Tried to call Andrew a couple of times. Couldn't get him. We were going to get him. So we got Ken Hance to call him. He answers
Oh, yeah.
immediately.
I do remember that.
He
And
answers-
that was live on the show. I'm glad he didn't say anything bad. And he didn't even give me a warning that I was on speakerphone on the air. I'm glad I didn't say anything. But yeah, that was after that,
Well,
that
you're a
TBT
good
loss.
Christian
well, you'll
man.
learn to answer our calls, won't you?
Yeah, I will.
We'll get your granddaddy to call you.
I got to answer that one.
You answer it every
All right,
time.
how's his health?
Good. I
Good.
mean, he's 81. I think he's in Austin right now for the game. But I think he still works out every day and
Does he come
works.
to Lubbock much?
Yes, he normally comes here once a week because he teaches a
Once a
leadership
week?
class at Tech.
Oh.
Yeah, so he flies in once a week to teach his class.
What
Yeah.
day is that? Like Wednesday?
No, it's a Monday. So he
Yeah.
flies in on the weekend, teaches the class, and then flies back to Austin.
If they were here on Saturday, we need to have him on
That's
again.
dedication
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
He got some stories.
He does.
Oh, he's so fun.
Some of them are true, some of them are embellished.
And some
But
of them
either
we've
way, they're
heard
good
many
stories.
times.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
But
yeah.
they're good. So we
Me
like
too.
hearing them again.
I know exactly what you mean.
But anyway, and Phil Sorrells, Phil and Susan are your parents.
Yes, sir.
And,
Yes.
and they did a really good job. Of course, they're great people too. And
Yeah, you know them.
You were blessed. Oh yeah, you're blessed to have them as your parents. I can
No
tell
doubt. Yeah, they're really supportive.
You.
Now, you said you're in that small district. What town were you in?
It was North Richland Hills, Birdville High School. So,
Birdville.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know
I've
you were
heard
in
of Birdville.
Yeah,
Monterey
Fort
played
Worth.
them in football a few years ago
yeah,
when Todd Pearson was coaching.
Well, that's not a small school. That's
5A.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan
All right.
Gray ran all over us at Aledo. I mean, untouched. I think there was one game he had 7 touchdowns. I mean, so I should have guessed that. I should have known that answer.
We could have
Well, did
touched.
the guys want to tackle him, or did they say, it's a lot safer over here?
Yeah, it was easier just to
No,
not.
I missed it.
And-
Go
but even
ahead.
if they wanted to, I don't think they had the choice. So,
You know Brennan?
It wasn't even
you
a
know
choice.
Brennan?
oh, I know. Yeah,
he's
I
a
talked to him
LCU
this
guy.
week.
He's a Brennan. He's a
Yeah, he's already
LCU.
supporting. He's got the LCU hat on.
Oh, he's ready.
Yeah, he is.
He does it every week. I
He's
do it.
out there.
I do it when
He just
somebody
suck
comes
up
on.
into.
We already talked on the phone this week.
Good.
like him.
Good. Well, the 4th full-time director of athletics in LCU history. I would have thought there were more than
Wow,
that.
Sugar Bush was one.
Yeah,
Larry
he was.
Hayes was athletic director
Yeah.
out there. Is he on the list?
I don't know if they listed him. They probably did. Scott Larson was the last one. Who was
Well, Paul.
Hayes? Paul Hayes was
Paul
before Scott Larson. We've already named like 4 or 5.
What about Copeland?
I think this is
Copeland
John
ever?
Copeland. Was John Copeland the athletic director?
That
Maybe
sounds familiar, but yeah, the school started in 57, 58. So yeah, 4.
not. Well, this I think the qualifying thing here is full-time director.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
Larry
Of
was a
athletics.
coach and
Yeah,
okay, full time.
yeah, Larry's a legend.
yeah, he is. Did you hear him on
Yeah.
the show?
Yeah, I
He's
did.
so
On the
funny.
way in.
His dogs are on drugs. His Gus, one dog is.
And his son's coaching softball still.
Yeah.
over at LCU.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to say, and his son's on drugs too.
No.
Sitting out in the river.
No, Darren is not.
Darren's a good one.
Or
Yes, he
Shannon.
is.
And Shannon, they're both good.
Yeah.
Now Shannon might be out in the river.
Yeah, Darren's
or
awesome.
Justin. I don't know where Justin is.
I don't either.
Okay.
I hadn't heard from him in a while. Well, it's
Bandy and
a dynamic and successful athletic department at LCU. 15 men's and women's teams.
Yeah.
Team sports. 17 national championships.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, pretty impressive.
Yeah. No, you got some really good coaches there. Coaches that overachieve, just work their tails off. And Steve Gomez is right up there at the top. I mean, he's won 3 national championships, and I mean, he could coach anywhere he wants to in the country, but he's chosen to stay right here at LCU.
y'all really do have great coaches,
Yeah.
and they're great guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and gals.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the gals, but
Yeah.
y'all have any gals coaching?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We have.
You better have.
Yes, we definitely do.
You best
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. We have an assistant volleyball coach that's a gal. We have, just multiple sports. Obviously, our cheerleading coach is a female, but we got great coaches all the way around.
Are you a Church of Christ?
I'm not. I go to Redeemer in between Indiana and University.
That's where Tanner goes.
Yeah, same church as Todd Duncan.
Yeah, Todd goes there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, Todd was a Baptist too when he got the job, and it was tough to get it.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was the first one.
I think
Yeah.
he was.
He broke the ice, and then they figured, well, this works out pretty good with
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
He's done pretty well.
Yeah.
They actually played. I
Well,
don't know.
your
If,
parents were Baptist.
yes, yeah, they went to
First Baptist.
Yeah, on Broadway.
Yeah.
yeah. But Todd Duncan, I don't know if y'all saw this, but on Thursday they played Cameron in Oklahoma. They were down 9 at halftime, came back and won. They hit 12 threes in the second half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and Ethan Duncan had a lot of them.
I bet he
As
did.
you guys, yeah,
I bet Ethan's lighting them up.
yeah, he is. Y'all seen him shoot? I mean, that guy.
He's a
You can't leave him
tremendous
open at all.
player.
He's only shooting
Tremendous.
50%, and they're like face guarding him.
Oh
Yeah,
man. Now you played basketball in high school.
I did.
We played basketball at Tech.
I know.
Would you just
A
think-
lithe bit.
No,
a little bit.
Well, I
That
mean,
was
when he
baseball,
actually
but-
got to play.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
I got out to Tech, I decided to play basketball.
Yeah, I didn't play in high school, but then played at Tech.
yeah.
He was like me. I played basketball at Monterey. I sat on the bench at Tech
Yeah.
and watched.
Well, you got to play some. What'd you
did play
average? How many
some.
points a game?
Points per game was about 3.
Oh, wow.
that's pretty good.
That's a lot more than
Yeah.
I would have thought.
Yeah, I averaged 30 though. 30 seconds a game.
30 seconds.
I averaged 30.
Yeah. Sometimes I tell people, I averaged 30.
You know, but this
30
tells
seconds.
you a lot about Andrew Sorrells. You would have thought that he was it's such a key instrument on the team. You were important to the team because of your attitude, your spirit, your support, your encouragement. Those are the qualities that get you jobs like this, like being an athletic director at 27 years of age, because most people wouldn't understand that you seem too young. But just because of your history and what you've done and who you are, qualifies you for this job. And I think you'll do an absolutely wonderful job.
Yeah, well, that means a lot. Yeah, it's a big job, and there's a lot of work to do to get it to where it needs to be. But yeah, I've been blessed to be around some high level people, so
You have
that's
been.
helped out a lot.
You learned it right.
I
from
did.
your parents and from your
I
granddad.
had a lot of good direction for sure. Yes, sir.
Without a doubt. All right, now then, old NAIA, now it's what, Division II?
Division II, Lone Star Conference,
All right.
same as West Texas A&M and Angelo State.
Okay, West Texas A&M, Angelo State, Lubbock Christian. Are y'all paying players? And, you know, in the old days, you used to have to whisper that. Y'all
Y'all paying players.
Yeah, but now is it, hey, can
N-
y'all?
NIL,
I
yes,
guess you'd have
yes.
to be able to.
Yes, you can through NIL. It's slowly trickling down. It's obviously not to the same degree that it is at Tech. I mean, there's some big dollars, like you guys know, that are being tossed around at that level, but it's slowly getting there. Obviously, my pitch would be, well, the average citizen could really make a dent from an NIL standpoint at the Lone Star Conference level. So,
Yeah.
just if you're
Well,
if
you
you're an LCU supporter and you want to get involved with NIL, I mean, you can make a big difference.
You can
help
help
us.
win a national championship.
Exactly.
You know, at most schools, Division I, you're going to help, and you might help them maybe win a conference title, maybe compete. But it and I always thought this, like softball and some of these sports, volleyball. If you had people that really wanted to win a national championship in volleyball or softball,
Yeah, you could go do it.
buy you
Yeah.
one.
By
Yeah.
your
You could do
championship.
it.
Yeah.
But I'm not encouraging us to. I mean, we don't need to buy a championship, but definitely the more resources, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Obviously,
No
But,
question.
yeah, we have great coaches.
Well, y'all got great facilities too.
We do. Yeah.
And when you go around y'all's conference, Lone Star Conference, and you stack y'all's up against them, are y'all the top? Are you near the top?
I would say the arena. I would put that up against. I mean, y'all have been over there. The RIP.
Yeah. Oh, it's
one
awesome.
of the nicest facilities at the Division II level in the country, I think.
It's really nice. We didn't get to have the Caprock Tournament championship games out there this year.
Are you
Is
trying
that because
to?
I
Andrew
guess
was
our
the
new
AD?
athletic director.
I hadn't started yet. I had not started yet. That was not on me.
Okay.
So maybe next year, if it doesn't happen, you can.
Well, friendship was great, but I couldn't even believe. I went to the championship games.
Did you?
And the Monterey friendship game, you couldn't stir them
who
with
even
a
won
stick.
that?
Monterey.
And the score was?
They beat them 72-69.
Oh, there's some great
It was a great
games.
game.
Leah Chavez, yeah.
Yeah, Leah had
Standing
a big
room
game.
only.
Oh, 4 deep, standing room only, all around the top at Friendship, and it's
Is
a big,
that right?
the Tiger Pit. It's
saw that.
big,
Yeah.
and it was amazing.
She's the real deal. Hopefully, she stays in Lubbock.
Yeah,
We're back to the NIL deal, I
Yeah.
think.
I know. We
Talking
are.
NIL.
Back to it.
That's where
Yeah.
we get to.
Anyway, we shall see. I agree with you. I hope she does.
Well, did you? How did it happen? Were you interested? Did you hear?
No,
Scott
I mean,
was
like I
leaving?
said, I was 2 feet in. I didn't even know that it was open at the time I got approached, and it just seemed like a really good opportunity. And throughout the conversations, it just seemed like a really good option, and I saw the value that I could bring, and we made it happen.
Yeah,
But it's going to be a lot of fun, but a lot of work.
yeah.
They definitely need some funds. And by the way, can I make an announcement?
Oh yeah, of course you can.
We do have a donor. He's a tech guy, but he likes LCU and the values they have, and he's committed to matching any donation to LCU athletics up to $25,000 from now until next week. Yeah, so
Anybody will donate any amount up to $25,000.
any amount.
he will
up-
match it.
Yes. Yes.
So if you want
Yes,
to
sir.
double your donation dollars, do it between now and.
Yes. Do it now. Do it between now and the end of next week.
All right. How do they do such a thing?
Call you.
Call me, call anyone, write a check out to the LCU athletic department, and I can give you the address if you don't have it. But yeah, email me,
I can
shoot me a
find it.
text, give me a call. Pretty
Yeah,
simple.
just
Well,
get
don't
the-
just say email me. Say email me at.
Andrew.sorrells@lcu.edu.
Yeah.
It was TTU now, LCU.
Okay.
I keep typing in TTU sometimes.
And then .edu.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so tell a friend to tell a friend.
Now spread the word that
Yeah.
now would be a great time. You know, and a lot of these people have been listening to us this morning about Tracy Wallace, who's a good friend of ours who passed
100%.
away, and
Legend.
Christian
LCC guy.
Yeah.
And boy, some of y'all could step up, make a donation in the name of Tracy Wallace.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
would
sir.
be a great thing to do.
And he
I like what
and
you're
he
thinking.
and where his heart is, he actually made a donation to LCU last week. And
Who did?
Tracy Wallace. He
Last
did.
week.
Yes, and I don't know who. I mean, somebody probably did it for him, but a check came in from Tracy Wallace.
Wow.
How about
I
that?
believe
Yeah,
it.
so that's where his heart is, and
Well, was it in this period where the guy will match it?
it wasn't. But maybe I can get the guy to say, "Hey, look,
Well, tell him the story.
this is a legend," and maybe we can get get
Yeah.
the match on that one too.
I think that's a wonderful idea. Do we have through next Saturday or next?
Yes, next Saturday.
And we need to talk about this again next Saturday.
yeah.
Tell 'em to.
We need to spread the word.
got
But
a
y'all
full
spread
week.
the word out there, y'all. Tell them.
I love the in Tracy's honor. I think
Yeah, I love
that
that.
would be.
That'd be a great week to
deal.
do it, and you could double your gift.
Yes, 100%.
And y'all could use it.
Yeah,
could
yeah,
use a
we
few.
could really. It would go a long ways. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
Andrew,
glad
you
you
don't
brought
have
that
to
up.
go anywhere, do you?
I do not.
You
Well,
stay-
hang with us. Hang with us a little longer.
Yeah, we got
Are we
the
on break?
Music's playing.
Oh,
and-
cool.
Oh, we are on break.
Not yet.
We
The
never know
music's
the
playing.
difference.
He'll do like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I got you. There's the countdown.
We will be back with more.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
J&W Services, Lenco Distributors in Midland, Texas. This is Brent Beck and Scott Blakely. These are old Red Raiders, and we got so many great Red Raiders in Midland, Odessa, and the Permian Basin. They're just everywhere down there, and these are two of the best ones, and they'll take care of everybody. Anything in the oil and gas business, you need these guys on your team. J&W Services, Lenco Distributors, and they got lots of other company names too, because they do so many things in the oil and gas business to help you. So get them on your team. All righty. Did Gary leave?
No, I guess I ran him off.
All right, talking. Dr. Lawrence Schovanec, our Texas Tech president, is here, and we're always honored to have him on. He does such a wonderful job on our show, and he even does a better job as president.
Oh, thank you, David.
You do. You really are. We've had some good presidents in the past, and we've had some that I thought.
Well, it's
you're the best.
I come down here every few months just to be just to get my spirits up.
Because we'll brag on you.
That's right.
How about this 100 years? This is what I got. I got this for Christmas.
You did.
100 years, 100 voices from my son and his wife. This is one great deal.
It is.
I looked for your picture in here, but
No,
you're
I
not
didn't.
in there.
Are you not one of the voices?
No.
He's somewhere in here.
We tried to capture people who had a significant impact on the first century of this university.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, you don't get everybody.
Well, they didn't get you. They didn't get everybody because you're one of the one. You've been huge for Tech.
You're very kind. But there's some great stories in there. And I just saw Gordon Davis.
Yeah. They won another championship.
Clint Formby.
Well, actually, it says Reserve National, and I thought that was a championship, and I found out now that's the new phrase for second place.
So we can have two champions.
Everybody has to have a trophy.
Look at these boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't have the new facilities that we've got now, or
Yeah.
uniforms or anything. That's amazing.
For those of you on the radio and TV, he's looking at the Tech football team from 26, 25.
Well, we had a team in 25.
First game was on October the 3rd, 1925. Scoreless tie versus McMurray. And Tech football was off and running.
Also, we had a band at the very beginning, and it was mentioned when the Going Band went to New York City for the Macy's Day Parade. It was a great event. They were the first band to ever travel to an away game.
Yeah, to the Gator Bowl, right? Is that where they went? I think.
Well, no, they
That was
went
our horse.
No, that was the horse.
That was in 26. They did that.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and do you know who paid for that trip?
Who?
Will Rogers. And
This is some information here. I didn't know this. You making this up?
no,
Really?
I have been known to make up stuff. But and the other Eamon Carter.
Amon Carter Stadium.
Eamon Carter was on the board, and Will Rogers. They threw in a few hundred dollars to send the band to go to TCU, and they were
Go
the
to
first
TCU?
band to ever travel to an away game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Isn't that great?
you know, some really crazy stuff happens at Tech.
Yeah,
In
crazy
Lebanon.
stuff.
That is.
Really crazy.
I guess
every time, every day.
Well, now the fact we have a Will Rogers statue on our campus is starting to make a little more sense.
Yeah.
Is there more to it than just that?
I don't
we
know.
have a statue of him out there?
I don't know the full origins of that.
Yeah. Would you get back to us when you
I'll research it.
when you research it?
We can research it on our own.
Yeah.
This is Gerald Myers' page. Gerald was, of course, an outstanding coach, athletic director. This is my brother-in-law, Sam Law, back here during the timeout. There's
Isn't that
Sam. That's
really?
Dan's boy. There's Sam.
Wow.
And you can see it's a very intense time, and he and this assistant coach are
looking up the stands?
telling jokes or something. I'm not sure what they're doing.
How about
You
that
know-
girl on the third row?
Yeah, you see her up there.
You know, when I came in '82, of course, Gerald was the coach, and in those days, you just had to line up to get into the old Coliseum.
Oh, it was phenomenal. It
and
really was.
I had come from Indiana University, and they had just won a national championship there. And the basketball here was so much like the basketball at IU.
Yeah.
And Myers and Knight were pretty good buddies.
They were good friends.
Yeah.
Really good friends.
I still remember you'd go in there and the place would be full of smoke.
Oh, yeah. It was a cloud, completely covered.
And
Because you'd walk in and the court was down
Yeah.
and the smoke was up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see it was like it could break out into a rain.
I remember we were playing SMU, and they were like top 5 in the nation. They had a guy they called Concac,
Yeah, John Concac.
and we upset him.
Yeah.
And I was
I was
way
at
at the
that
top.
game.
I guess this is what happens when you get older guys together. They
I know it.
start reminiscing.
Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you had the picture of Tracy there. I didn't know Tracy that well. I knew who he was and what he had done for Tech, but Kirby had shared with me that in these last few months that they had arranged for him to come to the Carol of Lights.
Yes.
And he
Yeah.
was in the VIP area with a wheelchair, and they had him at a couple basketball games.
Yeah.
He loves Texas Tech,
Yeah.
and always at the games.
Yeah.
Great Red Raider supporter. He's LCC grad, and but you thought he was a Red Raider grad.
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a lot going on today. There's 2 games today. There's one at 2. And I said that they're going to recognize Joyce Arterburn at the 2 o'clock game.
Yeah, I saw that on the social media. Yeah, we have it. I hope the Lady Raiders, I think they could beat Kansas.
Yeah, we need to get that taste of that last game out of our mouth.
I was there. Not a good experience. But, that's where we're going there.
Yeah.
Krista will get us there. And, of course, tonight's a big game.
It is.
Yeah.
At Texas.
Yeah.
Be a great way to get the conference started off.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to tell us a lot about, are we really as good as we're hoping we are?
Competitive. Yeah. Can we compete?
Yeah.
Texas is ranked number 20 in the nation. They're 11-2 like we are, and they haven't lost at home. They're 9-0 at home.
I like our coach.
Boy, I do too. My gosh.
And I feel very good about. All you got to do is go 500, and you're in the tournament.
Yeah. Is that what we're shooting for?
Well, I don't know.
It'd be nice to be guaranteed we get in the tournament because there are no guarantees in this conference. If
Come
we're
on,
going to be 500.
win half your games. We'll start a chant.
Let's go 500.
Let's go 500. That ain't you.
That won't be easy.
No, in this conference, you could be under 500 pretty easy. It's unbelievable how good our conference is. It really is.
I wish we had the one young man that got hurt.
Oh, Lord. To me, he was he was my guy. He was the one I really look forward to seeing
count
play.
on him. You're right. We're going to count on him.
I think the team looks better now than they did at the beginning of the year. McCaslin, I think, is a great coach. We got a good one.
He really is a great coach, and we're just getting going. But Toussaint's been good. Warren Washington's been pretty good. I wondered about him, whether he was strong enough, and I've seen some good things from him.
If you get too technical in your assessment of these players, Patty should be here. She understands that. You just want to throw out T-shirts. She gets the game. The other day we were watching Lady Raiders, and someone said a pick, and she goes, "God, that person." When you set that pick, you're supposed to go that direction, not that. And of course, it was all lost on me.
Yeah, pick and roll.
She's out of town.
Okay, where is Patty?
She's in Florida right now.
Oh,
our
good
son,
excuse.
who works for SpaceX, he's moving from the facility in Brownsville to Cape Canaveral.
Now, is he like custodian? What does he do for SpaceX?
He's an engineer.
Yeah,
he's an
engineer. You got smart kids. They were good athletes too.
Well,
which son is this?
This is Corey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were they twins or just close together?
I had dinner last night with Tyler and Coach Kenny Perry and his fiancée, Sarah.
We need to have Kenny on the show with you.
Oh, I love him.
Because Matt Dowdy was saying, you got to get Kenny Perry on y'all's show. He goes, it is a perfect fit. He's just goofy. And
he is great. He's been really good to Tyler. Tyler, of course, is a special teams analyst, but him and Kenny are pretty tight.
I heard he's an awesome guy.
He's great, and so we got all into what next season is going to be about. I know how many games we're going to win.
Oh, good.
You already know.
Well,
are we shooting for 500? That's exactly what I was thinking. Go 500.
Well, he screwed it up this year. We're 7-6.
He gets so sick of me. I go through the schedule and I think, well, you're going to win that game.
Yeah.
Stop it. Yeah. And my son says, Dad, do you realize how stupid you sound when you do things like that? But I feel optimistic.
I will be like, next year I'll be like David was this year. David had us undefeated.
Yeah.
And he was wrong. But I think next year you can look at every game.
I always do.
But I think you could win every game next year. Will you? Now, history would say probably not.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything on there that if we...
Well, Coach Perry is really good friends with Bob Stoops.
Yeah.
And he told me last night that Stoops said, what bowl game did we play in the year before we won the national championship? The Independence Bowl.
Oh.
So right here, we're saying it.
All right. We're going to win the national championship.
Dr. Schovanec's calling for it.
If you win the Independence Bowl, you get to win the national championship next year.
Well,
that black cap there. I'm feeling weird having you on the show and me wearing I Love a Christian.
doesn't bother me. But I think they did. Of course, everybody knows about the recruiting class, the transfers, and
It's so good. And Gary and I've talked about this before. I don't know how you'd let Joey McGuire. He comes into your home. The parents have to say, "You're going to that guy. You're going to play for him."
Yeah.
He's
That
awesome.
way he was with the hiring committee because I wouldn't think he started out at the top of the list, but I think after visiting with him, go, this may be our guy.
Who cares how that was done? I mean, once we saw him, we knew he was the guy.
You knew it, and that's the thing. You just know it.
You know it, and with the stadium renovations being done.
You heard it here. It's going to be done.
Will it be finished
Oh yeah,
by the first football game?
the south end zone.
Yeah. How about the coaches' offices?
The FTF, they get it all torn away.
All right.
Now,
Did
is
they,
the whole
did
deal
they tear
gone?
the entire
What about the
that
track?
entire fabulous facility?
Yeah.
The track included?
Yeah, I asked Kirby the other day, did they even save some of that stonework? And I guess not. They did give a lot of their equipment to I think local high schools, some, and they saved those things out front. The old Big 12 logos. I guess those were saved.
They tore the track down?
No. The football training facility, not the sports performance center.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that thing was
Well, I
just
thought they turned the.
I'm about to say it.
no.
Because we can put more stands in the track because we need them.
Yeah, we do
We're so
need
dang
'em.
popular.
We do need them.
And Whit Kinley does such a great job. But there's people would love to go out there and watch track meets.
Yeah, I think we have one next weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's that
We-
time of
yeah.
year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Indoor track.
We had a board meeting of the Big 12 yesterday to talk about 4 cases that are suits against Power 5. And there's a lot of change coming, and I think it could potentially impact Olympic sports, not track. But when you look at what these plaintiffs are asking for, things are going to have to change. There's probably going to be some form of revenue sharing. What they're asking for, that's called the House case. There's been a lot written about it. They want 25% of our revenue in athletics.
Who does?
These plaintiffs.
Oh, who are they?
Well, it's a guy named House.
Is it a secret?
No, this has all been out. It's been
Why
going
does he
on.
get 25%?
Well, the lawyer is named Kessler. He's made a career out of doing things like this. He's out of Philadelphia, and they're suing the Power 5 conferences. They want 25% of the gross revenue. Now
to
go to basketball and football players.
the players.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, I thought they personally wanted it.
Because obviously baseball and volleyball, they're not really athletes.
Well, no,
I mean,
but it's baseball and it's football and basketball that where
in
the
the
suit
money.
originated, and the money would. It's a class action lawsuit. It was certified. It has some antitrust issues in it. So the total that the request would cost a Power 5.
correct me if I'm wrong here. That may be a better way to do it than this kid gets $3 million. This kid get. I think we need to do away with that and pay all the basketball players and then some incentive for actually performing, which I'm sure you can't do that. But pay the football and basketball players.
So Gary, you've said at the end of the meeting. We have external attorneys that are looking at this in Big 12. And our Big 12 attorney, and she's really good, said, what is the ultimate goal? We have to come to grips with revenue sharing, but it needs to be codified through some federal legislation.
Yep.
So you have some durability in this agreement. So every 3 years, another class isn't coming through. And you have to weave into this agreement something that deals with NIL and the transfers.
Yeah.
Because I think we saw what that's doing to the bowl season.
The bowls are going to go away, other than the handful.
The
of them.
CFP.
See
Bowl
if they
games are going to go
playoff.
away because even Florida State, the number 5 seed, just said, screw it. We're not. We don't. We're not. Gonna
Everybody
play.
quit.
I heard that 90% of the athletes who accounted for more than 90% of their points scored were gone. I mean,
Yeah.
the fan
How
buys
you
the
gonna
ticket.
play?
I think this affects the integrity of the game.
Well, you get hurt. You're going to get kids out there get hurt. They ain't even been playing in a game.
Yeah. So,
Coach, you want me to go in? Yeah, you're starting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, Kirby's dealing with a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff.
And you don't have to deal with any of that?
He just tells it Kirby.
We talk all the time. And
y'all do lean on each other, don't you? Y'all are really close.
Kirby is, how long has he been here now? 12, 13 years? Mm-hmm. We're very, very lucky to have him here.
Oh, yeah. I hope we can keep him
I
forever.
called Kirby this morning.
Did he say do not go on that show?
No.
Don't do it.
He didn't say a word.
Your staff tells you that.
I had to ask him a question about something. And and then I talked to him last night about 9 o'clock about the press release that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for not asking about that.
Yeah, we're not going to ask about that. I just got this, and you'll probably have heard this before, but a reporter just asked Roger Staubach if his 1977 team could beat the current Cowboys team. He said yes, but the score would be close, maybe 10-7. The reporter said, why such a close score? Roger said, well, most of us are in our 70s and 80s.
That's good.
That's from Mike Spider Davis.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.